Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So for this video we are going to learn probability lecture 3 of 3 part 2. Learning outcomes for this video is, at the end of this topic, students should be able to identify the concept of independent events, and then students should be able to use the formula for the independent events, which is probability of A intercept B is equal to probability of A times probability of B. Okay, independent event. So A is the events of the let's say that A is the event of the result of spinning a fair coins. So A adalah event kepada kita baling shilling, dan B is the event of the number obtained when a pair of dice is rolled. So B tu adalah event apabila kita baling dadu. So these events are unrelated. So maksudnya dua-dua event ni tak ada kaitan pun. So obtaining a head on a coin will not influence the outcome on the dice. Jadi bila kita baling shillings, okay, untuk kita dapat head or tail tu tak bergantung pun kepada outcome yang kita dapat daripada kita baling dadu tu. So such events are said to be independent. Okay, so we have learned the conditional events from the previous video. So we know the formula for independence. We know the formula for the conditional events is probability of A given B is equal to PA intercept B divided by PB. So given that PB is not equal to 0. So bila kita rearrange this equation, so it's actually PA intercept B equal to PA given B times PB. Okay, now if event A and B are independent, so it means that the outcome of one event does not affect the outcome of the other. So daripada formula conditional event, kita akan dapat formula independent events. Okay, so tengok daripada equation ni. So bila A dan B tu adalah independent, means that dekat bahagian sini B tu kita boleh abaikan sebab it's not depend on B. Okay, not depend on B. So kalau kita tengok from the previous video, B tu adalah already happen. Tapi bila dia independent, maksudnya apa jadi kat B tu tak effect pun probability of A. Jadi bila kita rearrange our equations, so kita akan dapatlah probability of A given B equal to A, yang mana dia tak effect kepada B ni tadi, ataupun probability of A of B given A is equal to PB. So probability of B tak bergantung kepada A. Jadi awak akan dapat formula dia PB given A tu akan sama dengan probability of B. Okay, back to our equation yang atas ni. Okay, probability of A intercept B equal to PA given B time dot PB ni times PB. Bila dia tak bergantung pada B, maksudnya kita akan dapat this equation, which is the equation of independence event. Jadi probability of A intercept B is equal to PA times PB. Okay, now we will take a look at the relationship between mutually exclusive and independent event. Okay, from the previous video we have learned mutually exclusive, so we know what is mutually exclusive is. So two events A and B are said to be mutually exclusive if it is not possible that both of them to occur at the same time. So maksudnya event A dan event B tu tak boleh berlaku pada masa yang sama. Dan kita tahu kalau nak prove yang mutually exclusive event tu, kita kena cari probability of A intercept B, dia akan dapat sama dengan kosong sebab dia tak ada intersection. Okay, next, event A and B are said to be independent if the probability of B occurring is unaffected by the occurrence of the event A happening. So dia independent. Independent maksudnya berdikari lah. So independent kalau kita tengok daripada formula tadi, PA intercept B is equal to PA times PB. Okay, we can conclude that if two events are mutually exclusive, then they are not independent. So kalau event tu mutually exclusive, then they are not independent, and vice versa lah. Okay, so kita tunjuk example sikit. Okay, still remember mutually exclusive. So we have two circle that does not intersect each other. So this is mutually exclusive. So let's say probability of A is greater than 0 and probability of B is greater than 0. So maksudnya probability tu kita ada nilai. Jadi of course PA times PB is greater than 0 as well. Okay, now we know that kalau mutually exclusive, probability of A intercept B must be equal to 0, which is not equal to PA times PB. Okay, sebab PB kat sini dekat yang kita tulis tadi ni, dia adalah greater than 0. Tapi mutually exclusive, dia must be equal to 0. So we can say that we can conclude kat atas ni lah. So if two events are mutually exclusive, then they are not independent. Okay, so kita tengok example 6. Given here event E and F such that probability of E is 1/4 and probability of E intercept F is 1/10. So if E and F is an independent event, so dia dah highlight kat sini E dan F tu adalah independent event. Jadi bila dia highlightkan, dia bagi tahu E dan F tu independent event, baru kita boleh guna formula untuk independent. Kalau dia tak sebut, kita tak boleh pandai-pandai assume dia adalah independent. Okay, soalan pertama, find probability of F. So macam mana kita nak cari probability of F? So dia dah given dalam question, probability of E kalau independent event, probability of E intercept F is equal to PE times PF. So PE intercept F is 1/10. So PE is 1/4. Then PF ni adalah kita nak cari. Okay, so apa awak kena buat adalah kita akan bawa lah 1/4 to the left hand side. Jadi awak kira awak akan dapat PF tu adalah 2/5. Or kalau you nak bagi jawapan dalam decimal, dia adalah 0.4. So bagi jawapan salah satu saja, tak perlu tulis dua-dua. Okay, next soalan B. We want to find the probability of E union F. So this one kita akan guna additional probability rule, which is PE plus PF minus PE intercept F. So additional probability rule ni kita boleh guna bila-bila lah. So PE union F. So PE kita ada 1/4 and PF we already calculate in the first part A. So we got 2/5, and then minus with our intercept 1/10. So using your calculator, and then you akan dapat 11/20. Okay, proceed to question C. You need to find the probability of F given E. So conditional probability. Kita dah belajar dekat slide sebelum ni, kalau the independent events, bermaksud probability ni not depend on E. So which is kita akan terus dapat jawapan dia adalah PF, probability of F. Jadi probability of F is 2/5. So that's all. That's it. Your answer macam tu saja. Okay, proceed kepada soalan D. Okay, ni sambungan daripada tadi lah. Okay, so dia nak probability of F given E bar. So, bila independent, maksudnya dia tak bergantung kat belakang ni. Jadi, awak akan dapat sama dengan probability of F. So, yang kita dapat tadi adalah 2/5. Okay, so soalan E. Dia minta kita cari probability of F bar given E. So, this is an independent event. Jadi, awak akan dapat PF bar. So, PF bar is equal to 1 minus PF, which is 1 minus 2/5, dan you akan dapat 3/5. Okay, sama juga untuk soalan F. You need to find the probability of E bar given F bar, which is equal to PE bar. So 1 minus PE. So 1 minus PE is 1/4. So answer is 3/4. Okay, so remember kita cuma boleh guna this formula bila soalan sebut dia independent. Kalau tak, awak kena guna conditional probability formula. Okay, we proceed to example 7. So the probability that Ali was late for college on any day is 0.15 and is independent of whether he was late on previous day. So dia tak bergantung lah, maksudnya kalau dia lambat hari kedua tu tak semestinya sebab dia lambat hari pertama. So dia adalah independent lah. Dan selalunya soalan independent kita akan solve melalui tree diagram. Okay, so kita let dulu kita punya event. So katakan late adalah L. So event Ali was late on any day, ataupun Ali was late for college. Okay, so kita akan buat dia punya tree diagram. Okay, on the first day. So ni first day. Sama ada dia akan late or not late. So L prime. So the probability Ali was late for school on any day is 0.5. So 0.5 dekat branch ni. Okay, untuk dapat probability he was not late, so kita tolak je. 1 tolak 0.15, kita akan dapat 0.85 dekat this branch. Okay, so ni untuk the first day. And then on the second day, sama ada dia akan lambat ataupun tak lambat jugalah. So this one second day. Okay, dan dia kata this question is independent. So maksudnya kalau dia lambat hari pertama, hari kedua pun probability dia masih sama, 0.15. Jadi not late is 0.85. So and then yang bawah ni pun same. So 0.15, 0.85. So our outcome, so late, 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 not late, not late, late, and not late, not late. Okay, so write the probability. Okay, multiply along the branch, 0.15 times 0.15. So we will get 0.0225. And then proceed untuk darab setiap branch. You boleh kira sendiri and then you compare jawapan dengan I punya jawapan lah. Okay, so kita nak check whether our tree diagram is correct or not. So the total is equal to 1. Okay, baik. So now we can proceed to answer the question. Okay, find the probability that Ali is late on Monday and Tuesday. So maksudnya dua-dua hari dia late. Jadi berdasarkan kita punya tree diagram, we can say that this is late for both day, LL. So kita akan ambil probability ni lah. So probability of LL, which is 0.0225. Okay, then soalan B. Okay, so find the probability that Ali arrive on time on one of these day. Okay, so arrive on time on one of these days. Tak kira lah sama ada dia on time untuk hari pertama ataupun hari kedua. So kita ada dua possibility kat situ. Jadi kita tengok tree diagram kita, sama ada on time tu maksudnya dia not late lah. Okay, sama ada dia not late untuk hari kedua ataupun dia not late on hari pertama. So these two probability kita akan add up these two probability. So P L L prime plus P L prime L, which is equal to 0.1275 plus 0.1275. So check your calculator, you akan dapat 0.255. Okay, next example. Okay, so the probability that Simon is still alive in 20 years is 0.7, and the probability that Rachel will be alive in 20 years is 0.9. So if we assume independence for both, so dia kata independence, what is the probability that neither will be alive in 20 years? So dia tanya probability yang dua-dua, what is the probability neither will be alive? So, maksudnya tak ada siapa pun antara diorang akan hidup in 20 years. So kita lihat dulu kita punya event. So S is event, Simon is still alive in 20 years, and R is event, Rachel is still alive in 20 years. Okay, baik. So kita ada probability of S, which is 0.7, and probability of R 0.9. So dia tanya kita what is the probability that neither will be alive in 20 years. Maksudnya dua-dua pun tak akan hidup in 20 years. So kalau S tu adalah probability of alive, so kita akan dapat S bar lah. So probability of S bar intercept with R bar. So kita just, sebab ni adalah independence, maksudnya kita akan ambil probability of S bar, which is 0.3 times 0.1. So kita akan dapat 0.03. So this is the answer. Okay, next example 9. Okay, given that one set of 4 pieces of card are numbered by 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 2 cards are chosen at random with repetition. Okay, so kita ada 4 kepingkat. Nah, dan 4 kepingkat tu dia bertulis lah 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so kita nak pilih 2 card. Kita akan choose at random with repetition. With repetition means that kita akan ambil satu card and then kita letak semula. Maksudnya kita boleh dapat 2 card yang number dia sama. Okay, sebab kita letak semula. Jadi dia boleh berulang lah. Itu yang dikatakan with repetition. Ataupun ayat lain dia with replacement. Kita ambil dan kita letak semula. Okay, so let X be the event that both cards are even. Jadi kita akan ambil 2 kali. So yang pertama, okay, kita ada 2 kali card. So card 1, card 2. Okay, so kita tulis number dia 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So dekat tengah-tengah ni adalah you punya result lah. Result kad apa yang awak akan dapat. Contoh yang pertama ni, awak akan dapat kad 1, dan kali kedua pun awak dapat kad yang nombor 1. Okay, dekat sini pula adalah kad yang pertama awak ambil dapat nombor 1, and then bila letak ambil semula dapat nombor 2, dan seterusnya. Okay, so our sample space kat sini kalau kita tengok berapa? So the total of our sample space, so 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so now kita nak fokus kepada the event that both card are even. So maksudnya dua-dua kad yang kita dapat tu adalah nombor genap. Okay, sama ada kita akan dapat 22 ataupun 24, ataupun kita akan dapat 42 dan juga 44. So kita ada 4 possibility untuk both card are even. So X adalah sama ada kita akan dapat 22, and then kita list down lah the card. Okay, so the probability of X is 4/16, and then simplify, you can get 1/4. So that is the probability of X. Okay, now look at question B. So ni event Y. So Y adalah event that the two product of two pieces card at least 6. Product of two pieces card at least 6. Maksudnya hasil darab dua-dua kad yang kita dapat tu adalah at least 6, maksudnya sekurang-kurangnya 6. So product of two pieces at least 6. Jadi sama juga kita selesaikan, kita buat graf untuk kita mudah nampak. So card 1, card 2. It doesn't matter awak nak letak card 1, card 2 tu kat mana 2. Okay, now kita dalam tengah-tengah ni kita tulis dia punya result, iaitu product of two pieces. So 1.11, 1.22, 1.33, 1.44, dan awak complete lah this graph. Okay, and then 2.24 dan seterusnya. Okay, baik. So kat sini apa yang kita nak cari adalah produk dia at least 6. Jadi kita tengok dekat kita punya result, kita akan start daripada 6 dan juga ke atas. So kita ada this one, and then 8, 9, 12, and then 16. Okay, semua ni hasil produk yang lebih besar dan sama dengan 6. Jadi ada berapa? 3, 6, 8. So kita list down dia punya card. So dekat dalam ni adalah dia punya card lah. Sama ada kita akan dapat, kita start dengan tepi ni dulu, sama ada 2, 3. Okay, 2, 4, and then 3, 2, 3, 3, and then 3, 4, 4, 2, 4, 3, dan juga 4, 4. So the probability of Y is, so kita ada 8 possibility out of 16. So kita simplify, kita akan dapat 1/2. Okay, sambungan daripada soalan tadi, Okay, sekarang kita nak determine whether X and Y are mutually exclusive event or independent. So kita proceed terus kat sini lah. Okay, so kita tahu kalau mutually exclusive event means that awak kena prove yang probability of X dan Y tu equal to 0. Okay, but now soalan berapa ni? C. Okay, mutually exclusive. Okay, so kita kena cari probability of X intercept Y. Okay, so kalau kita tengok daripada dua-dua yang kita dapat dekat atas ni, kita punya result untuk X dan juga Y. Okay, intercept bermaksud kita ada angkat card yang sama dalam dua-dua event. So kalau tengok daripada situ, so kita tick kat sini berapa yang sama. So kita ada card 24. Dan apa lagi yang sama? 42. Dan juga 44. So maksudnya intercept dia ada 3 jenis card, 3 result. So 3 out of 16, which is not equal to 0. Maksudnya dia ada intersection between X and Y. Jadi kita boleh conclude that X and Y are not mutually exclusive event. Therefore X and Y are not mutually exclusive event. So remember, bila soalan minta awak show, kita kena find this one bila dia minta show mutually exclusive. Okay, dan soalan yang kedua, dia minta kita determine whether X and Y are independent. So kalau independent, kita tahu probability of X intercept Y, the formula is Px times Py. Okay, so from the result that we got in part A and B, so kita ambil 1 over 4 times 1 over 2. So the answer is 1 over 8, which is not equal to 3 over 16 that we got in the question C. Okay, so dia tak sama. Kalau kita tengok daripada sini, so kita dapat P intercept X intercept Y adalah 3 over 16. But when we use the formula, we've got 1 over 8. So bila tak sama, maksudnya dia adalah not independent. So we can conclude X, probability of X intercept Y is not equal to Px times Py. Therefore X and Y are not independent. Okay, so that is the end of chapter probability. So kita dah cover semua subtopic, and then it's depend on you now. So do your exercise, do the exercise in your books for better understanding. So dekat belakang sekali lecture notes, dia ada exercise untuk awak jawab, dan jawapan juga telah disediakan, jadi you boleh check sendiri. Okay, so thank you for watching all the videos. All the best.